There are many books available on habits, but if you only want to read one, choose Atomic Habits by James Clear, because this one is the most effective and has the greatest impact on changing people's lives. What if I told you that the most powerful transformation in British cycling history didn't come from talent, technology, or luck? This is the story behind that transformation and how the ideas in Atomic Habits by James Clear can do the same for you. British cycling team had a very poor performance in track cycling from 1908 to 2003. For over 100 years, they roughly won only one Olympic gold medal on track cycling race but could not secure a single Tour de France race yet. Their performance was so bad that even leading bicycle brands refused to sell cycles them, fearing it would damage their brand reputation. To overcome the situation, they appointed a coach named Dave Brailsford, who was a smart, strategic guy and came up with the powerful idea aggregation of marginal gains. His idea was simple but powerful. Make tiny 1% improvement in every possible area, whether it was the bike seat, the tires, the rider's diet, or even how they washed their hands. Just some small changes, nothing big, consistent, marginal gains everywhere. 5 years later, in 2008, a team made history by winning 7 out of 10 Beijing Olympic gold medals. Afterwards, they also made their place on the Tour de France race, winning it multiple times. Now the question arises that what changed everything? It was not a miracle, nor motivation, just small, consistent habits. And that's exactly what Atomic Habits by James Clear is all about. It shows how tiny daily changes, when we stick to them, can lead to extraordinary results. In the next 7 parts, I'll explain the key lessons from the book in simple, easy language so you can use them to improve your own life starting today. First, we dive into what atomic habits really are. Let's break down the title first. Atomic doesn't mean explosive, it means tiny, like an atom. But just like atoms are the building blocks of everything, tiny habits are the building blocks of success. James Clear says that your success is not the result of one massive action. Rather, it's the result of small decisions and behaviors repeated every day. So instead of trying to change your life overnight, try changing just one small thing every day. That's the power of an atomic habit. In part 2, you'll learn that real change starts with your identity, not your goals. Here's one of the most powerful lessons from the book. True behavior change is identity change. Most people set goals based on their outcomes. I want to lose weight. I want to get rich. I want to write a book. But James Clear says that's the wrong place to start. Instead, start by asking, who do I want to become? If you want to lose weight, don't just aim to be thinner. Start seeing yourself as a healthy person. If you want to read more, don't just set a goal to read 20 books. See yourself as a reader. Because every small action you take is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. If you exercise today, you are voting for the identity of a healthy person. If you write a sentence today, you are becoming a writer. So don't just chase goals, instead, build the identity behind them. Part 3 reveals the 4 laws that turn actions into automatic habits. To help us build better habits, James Clear gives us a simple framework called the 4 laws of behavior change. Let's go through them with an example. Suppose you want to build the habit of reading every night. 1. Make it obvious. Place your book on your pillow so you see it every night before bed. Your environment should give you a clear cue. 2. Make it attractive. Choose books you actually enjoy. You're more likely to read something you find fun or exciting. 3. Make it easy. Don't say, I'll read 30 pages, that sounds like work. Instead, say, I'll read just 1 page. Starting is the most important step. 4. Make it satisfying. After reading, tick a checkbox on a habit tracker. Feeling progress is satisfying. It keeps you going. You can use these 4 steps to build any habit. And if you want to break a bad habit, just reverse the rules. Make it invisible, make it unattractive, make it difficult, make it unsatisfying. Simple, isn't it? Part 4 explains growth may feel slow until it suddenly explodes. Now, here is something really important. Progress doesn't always show immediately. You might be eating healthy for weeks and still see no change on the scale. You might be writing every day but still feel stuck. That's what James calls the plateau of latent potential. Imagine you're trying to melt an ice cube in a cold room. At minus 3 degrees Celsius, nothing happens. At minus 2 degrees Celsius, again nothing. At minus 1 degree Celsius, any progress? No, still nothing. Then suddenly, at 1 degree Celsius, the ice melts. But all those earlier steps were not wasted. They were building momentum which eventually melted the ice. So, if you feel stuck, don't give up. You're just in the valley. Your breakthrough is coming. Here's the truth in part 5. Don't wait for motivation. Build a system. Most people often think they need more motivation to build habits. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Instead, build habits so small and easy that you don't need motivation. James Clear introduces the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. For example, if you want to start reading, read just 1 page. If you want to exercise, just put on your shoes and do 1 push-up. Once you start, you'll probably keep going. But even if you don't, you have still won because you showed up. Part 6 breaks down systems versus goals. Everyone has goals, but only a few succeed. Why? Because goals don't get you results. System does. Systems are what you do daily. They are repeatable. They build momentum. Let's explain. Instead of setting a goal to lose 10 kg, build a system. Walk every morning, eat more vegetables, sleep more than 7 hours. Focus on the process and the results will come. Wrapping up with part 7's final thought. Before we finish, remember these. You don't need to make massive changes overnight. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You just need to get 1% better every day. 1 glass of water, 1 walk, 1 page, 1 kind choice. Because small habits repeated consistently can change your identity, and when your identity changes, your entire life changes.